Hey guys, Jonathan here for the Blue Wizard Project, just coming at you with another video reviewing games that I've been playing during quarantine here. So last video we talked a little bit about Children of Morta, and this video I wanted to bring up Sayonara Wild Hearts. Again, this is just a really crappy PowerPoint presentation, so excuse the low quality. Also, I do apologize if you guys can hear vacuuming in the background. Uh, my apartment building decided that while I'm recording is the perfect time to clean up, and we also have a construction site right next to us. So again, that A plus top-notch video editing you've come to expect from the Blue Wizard Project. So anyway, Sayonara Wild Hearts. So if you have not played this game, it is a rhythm game, kind of in the vein of I don't actually really know if there's anything else like it. It's a little bit of a almost like a reaction kind of rhythm game, similar to like what Guitar Hero would be, except that instead of pushing buttons on a guitar, you're kind of navigating your character back and forth, trying to collect these diamonds and survive as you go through these ultra stylized um, kind of courses that go along with the music you're listening to. All of the music has, to me, kind of a like DDR vibe, kind of that like synth pop techno esque kind of music. I'm not a music guy. I don't know. Maybe all of those descriptions are 100% wrong, and you're going to listen to the music in the game and say, "What were you talking about? That doesn't make any sense." That's fine. Go ahead and look up some of the levels on YouTube after you watch this video, and you'll see what I mean. But it's a great game. It's not too long. You play through a good number of stages. I finished it all in one sitting. I think it took me, I don't even remember. It's been a few weeks at this point now since I played it, but less than less than 2.5 hours, and that's with me repeating a few stages on my own because I wanted to try to get like the maximum tier on some of the levels. This game is really good if you like rhythm games but are not good at them, similar to my experience. I'm okay at rhythm games. I'm not great at them, and this game doesn't really punish you if you're failing at certain songs or certain um, areas. If you fail in the game, when you die, you just kind of rewind back to a checkpoint. You don't have to redo the whole song, which I thought was nice because these levels can get a bit long sometimes. And if you fail a ton, the game will ask you, do you want to just skip this section? I never did that personally for me. I'm the kind of person that if I'm in a game and I'm stuck at a part, no matter how frustrated I get or how angry I get, I have to push through, I have to beat it. But if you're not that kind of person, it has the ability for you to skip over some of the harder sections and kind of still make progression through the game, which is nice. I thought that that was a nice touch that most rhythm games do not offer you. Um, yeah, so the way that this game looks, this is the art style. It looks very similar to this. Some of the levels you'll see, it'll have kind of this video playing. You'll be on these courses where you're collecting these diamonds, and then it'll be interspersed with these little cinematic videos. The levels are very beautiful. Like this is from one of the cinematics, if I'm not mistaken, is where they took this screenshot from. These are not my screenshots. These are directly from the website of the company. I forgot to look up which company made this game, which indie studio, but you can find that on your own, I suppose. But it was a great game. The gameplay and the cinematics use the same style of video. And again, the artistic direction in this game is great. I believe it was nominated for some awards at the Game Awards last year when it came out. Um, the levels will look very similar to this. Sometimes they'll switch perspective. Sometimes it's from behind you. Sometimes in front of you. Sometimes from the enemy's point of view. Um, but it's all very easy to control. I never felt like I was being punished. I know that I've mentioned this in some of the videos that I've made before that whenever games have a video camera where you're or video angle where you're running towards the camera, I always hate that. That's one of the reasons why I never really got into the Crash Bandicoot games is because I feel like you can't see what's coming. Never felt like that was an issue in this game. Yeah, it was great. Like I said, I'm not a music guy, but the music was catchy. I enjoyed it. The game was very beautiful. It gave me a lot of that like early 90s neon uh, nostalgia, I guess. That's kind of popular right now in a lot of games. But I thought that this game pulled it off really well. This game, even though they play entirely different, gave me kind of the vibe of like a Space Channel 5 game. Like fun, just for fun's sake. Didn't take itself super seriously, although the storyline does try to be a little bit more on the artistic side. Again, this does not play like Space Channel 5, so if that's what you're going into, don't. You're going to be disappointed. Um, but if you come into it and just experience it for what it is a great game. I really enjoyed it. Same as always, we'll go through the good, the bad, and the weird. The good for this game, I already mentioned a few of them, that the levels don't punish you for not being good enough to play through them. But if you want that little bit of challenge, if you want to try to push yourself, there are tiers of like getting all of the diamonds in certain levels. I didn't 100% this game. I don't think I ever will. Some levels I thought, yeah, if I push myself a little bit harder, if I did a little bit better at this part, I could get the high score, or like the highest tier. Other levels, I thought there was no way in hell that I was ever going to be good enough to do it. So I just played it for what it was, and I enjoyed it. But it does let you kind of tailor your experience to what you are looking for in a rhythm game. If you're that person that likes that deep challenge, it's there. If you're that person who just wants a fun rhythm game, listen to some music, see some nice visuals, and then not worry too much about the hard parts, then you can, and that's great. The bad for this game, not a whole lot of bad, to be perfectly honest. I enjoyed it a lot. I would say the only thing is that, like I said, some of that progression for how hard it is to hit the top tier seems a little bit inconsistent towards the middle and end of the game. Like some levels there, they seem attainable, and some it seems like absolutely impossible. Um, I mean, obviously it's not because people do it all the time, but for me it was. Um, the so it's a little bit unbalanced in terms of that, but doesn't break the game by any stretch of the imagination. I would also say that the levels in between levels, like when you're switching to the next world, those ones tend to be a little bit hard. There's parts where you're like you have to jump between these like boosters, and I felt like a little bit more telegraphing of where those would have been would have gone a long way. But again, negligible. So the bad is very very minor in this game. As for the weird, this whole game is weird. You're basically like a sailor scout in dressed like you're from Happy Days on a motorcycle with a tuxedo mask while fighting giant three-headed wolves with a giant three-headed wolf with like rockets on its shoulders that launch missiles at you. The whole game is weird, but a good weird. And yeah, I would say check it out. As for my recommendation for this game, yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. It is a short game, so if you look at the price and it's a little steep, I don't know how much this game cost. To be perfectly honest, it was a gift from my friend Matt. Thank you again, Matt. I do appreciate it. Um, so I don't know the exact price, but if you feel like the price is a bit steep and you think you're going to be the kind of person who's just going to run through it one time and not go back to kind of mine those top tier levels in every stage, then I would say maybe wait for it to go on sale, but definitely play it. And this one I played it on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's on a few different consoles as well. Again, probably should have researched that before I made the video, but did not because I'm a fool. So I'll leave that to you guys. But yeah, check it out. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Definitely worth playing. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.